Hi, my name is Vena. I'm originally from Rare, but I live in Nandi. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm John from Kornabuan, Tafua. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Agnesi.
We love listening to Today FM because it rocks in Ba.
Bula, my name is Tisa. I've been listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Tonight, military monitors security landscape as elections draw nearer. Large sinkhole appears in Kinoya. And Australia ready to assist Fiji with COP23.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Fiji Military Forces is keeping an ear to the ground as we head towards the election next year. RFMF Commander William Enaupoto told FBC News there are no major security concerns at the moment that would put the lives of Fijians at risk, but they will still keep an eye out for unexpected events. Kelly Vadhala reports.
With the police taking the lead in keeping the peace within communities for the upcoming election, the military isn't far behind in providing assistance.
We are monitoring the situation as we speak. We would like to keep in touch with what is happening on the ground. We feel good that our country, that we are peaceful. There are no big security issues at the moment. The police are taking the lead in all this, and we go in and assist the police. We are happy with the situation, and we hope that it prevails, given that it is an election year.
For many Fijians, the security provided by the military is enough to expect a smooth election come 2018.
Hopefully, I want to see that next year would be a great election and there won't be any quarrels or any conflicts whatsoever.
So far, so good. They're doing a perfect job. And yes, they can do better. And I know they'll reach the standard.
Today, Enaupoto inducted more than 70 prefects at Suva Sangam Secondary School, and he also opened a new extension block that will help benefit the students. Kelly Vadhala, FBC News.
South Pacific Stock Exchange Chief Executive Latile Tangoro has resigned effective immediately. SPSE Board Chair Dr. Nurbano Ali says Goro has taken responsibility for a miscount of votes in Fijian Holdings Limited A-Class shares elections. Dr. Ali says the former CEO promptly submitted her resignation and this was accepted by the board. Krishika Narayan is acting chief executive for the next 3 months or until the exchange makes a substantive appointment. Australia is looking at ways to help Fiji with its presidency of the Conference of Parties in Bonn, Germany. Minister for the Pacific, Conchetta Fierravanti-Wells, was in Fiji for Tropical Cyclone Winston commemorations and has assured support for COP23. Shireen Shivan reports.
Australia has provided $35 million for rehabilitation works following Tropical Cyclone Winston, and now it stands ready to help with climate change negotiations. However, rebuilding works aren't being ignored.
I had a very productive meeting with the Health Minister. We are assisting in terms of building of infrastructure, which has been really good.
520 tons of relief items were shipped over by Australia in the days following TC Winston. The Minister for the Pacific estimates they have helped more than 200,000 people.
Working with the government in relation to various projects, and for example we are rebuilding schools and health facilities, water and sanitation services, and we're rebuilding things like markets.
The Australian government says reconstruction is progressing well, especially with projects where it's involved directly or indirectly. Shireen Shivan, FBC News.
A large sinkhole at the Kaundamu Junction in Kinoya-Nasinu remains closed off. Fulton Hogan Highways discovered a soil washout beneath the road over a month ago, and crewmen are installing 3 new culverts to solve the problem. After the culverts, the work crew will backfill the hole, reconstruct the pavement and overlay it with asphalt. A temporary walkway currently provides safe access for pedestrians. Motorists are using Vesi Vesi Road as an alternative route for the time being. The Ministry of Trade today presented submissions to the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs and Defence regarding the UN Convention on Contracts for the International Sale of Goods. The convention provides a way of making international transactions more certain for the sale of goods. Anna Ravulo has more.
The convention will only cover private entities once it is ratified by the Ministry of Trade.
The convention is not applicable to contracts, public sector contracts, or a consumer contract that may be between a business and a consumer. It is also not applicable to any international sale that may be in the terms of bringing in personal or family or household for use.
The convention covers contracts between two private entities that are based in two different nations.
Fiji is also going to be party to a convention that actually ensures that transactions are, in terms of fraud, are minimized.
The convention is beneficial for small and medium enterprises as it provides a bit of a level playing field to negotiate international contracts. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Tropical Depression 14F continues to bring rain to most parts of the country and was located about 104 kilometers south-southwest of Lambasa this afternoon. A flood alert is in place for the low-lying areas and small streams adjacent to the Ndriketi Lailai station downstream of the Ngawa River. Heavy rain in Lambasa today caused some flooding in low-lying areas, but the main rivers and streams are still below alert levels. The Nandi Weather Office notes that the water levels continue to increase gradually. TD14F has very low potential of developing into a tropical cyclone. Still ahead, Lautoka Police Station relocates. And bonus payout for public rental board staff.
मेरा नाम कमल रोशनी है। हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है, हम गोल्ड टाउन ताफुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन ताफुआ।
Hi, we Bar girls. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तवरा में रहता हूँ, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
A 53-year-old man who was alleged to have abducted two girls aged 12 and 14 will appear in court next week. Paramveer Maharaj, who was earlier charged for impersonating a doctor, now faces new charges and was supposed to appear at the Suva Magistrates Court today. However, the proceedings did not take place. Maharaj is charged with use of certain titles or descriptions prohibited, impersonating public officers, abduction of young persons, punishment for wrongful confinement, and trafficking in obscene publications, as well as indecently insulting or annoying any person. The matter has been transferred to the Nasinu Magistrates Court once again and will be called on Tuesday next week. A bonus of over $40,000 has been paid to the staff of the Public Rental Board. Minister for Public Enterprise Ayaz Said Qayyum says the 2014-2015 bonus will help raise the standard of services. Sanyani Boila has more.
Presenting the bonus checks today, Syed Qayyum says the BRB is playing a key role in providing a particular right to ordinary Fijians.
The Fijian constitution, it is a right for a person to have access to affordable housing. And that is precisely what we are trying to do. And you play a very pivotal role in that.
BRB Acting General Manager Patrick Veo says the bonus is payoff for staff who've strived to meet and surpass targets in all PRB departments.
Public Rental Board is also grateful for the assistance in terms of government grant towards PRB housing projects. At Colombo, 36 units, 48 units at Nangere Sausavu, and also 38 units about to commence at Simala, Lautoka.
Veo adds the Public Rental Board will continue to work in collaboration with the government to ensure best service delivery is offered to all Fijians. Sainyani Mboila, FBC News.
25 young Fijians have begun a 4-day walkathon from Lautoka to Suva to raise money for 3 brothers suffering from severe disabilities. The Provide Young Generation movement in Every Society Youth Group, or PYGMYs, plan to walk over 200 kilometers. Ellen Stolz with the story.
The PYGMYs group started off from Lautoka today, aiming to reach Suva by the end of the week.
These youths have seen our struggles, what we go through in our daily lives,
So they have come out to support us. Now people are coming, more people are coming. So they are helping us, and I'm really blessed that people like them are there in this world.
53-year-old Alisi Lenati skipped work today to support her young son and husband, who are both involved in the group.
We've been preparing since for the last 3 months, and we look forward for today. And we're also praying that God will touch every individual's heart to participate in this walkathon.
People in Lautoka City gave generously this morning, and group leader Choseteki Lambalamba is hoping this continues all week.
It's our first stopover at Dhuvu. So after Dhuvu, then we'll go to Namanda, then we'll go to Ndeumba, then reach Suva on Friday. I'm just asking the people just driving or beside the roadside, or just come over to the roadside. You can just pass whatever your heart says, because I believe that by helping these brothers, God will bless as well.
The Pygmies group is hoping to raise about $10,000 from this walkathon, which will take them about a few days to finish. They hope that people will dig deep and give generously towards the cause. Ellen Stalls, FBC News.
The Lautoka Police Station began operating out of the Matanakilangi house at MN Naidu Road today. Their previous office adjacent to Ngātamboa High School is undergoing major renovation, resulting in the relocation. All police services will be available from the new location and the Market and Shirley Community Post in the city. Members of the public can contact Lautoka Police Station on 660 222 or 9905 660. The police emergency line 917 and Crime Stoppers 919 will still be available as they continue to be operated by the Western Division Command. Rachel is here now with the very latest from the world of business.
Good evening. Coming up in business tonight, Korean company shows interest in shipbuilding industry. And later on in Going Fiji, Mommy Bay Resort project completed.
And later on in sports with Jamie, Josh Matavesi makes move from Ospreys.
Well, te vitarokuta mai kono kula nrasa lutoka ndoba talenta kana warong na radio Fiji One.
Bulan arango pina mai koradiri nandi auto talenta kana warong na radio Fiji One na programa ni mas-masu na mataklaylay.
Oya ochone kurinambila mai bunangoru na makete hinga toka kwe do talenta kini na warong na radio Fiji One kini na domoiviti.
Na radio Fiji One na domoiviti na vonga ni BNN.
In business tonight, a Korean research and maritime institute is exploring the possibility of setting up a shipbuilding and repair business in Fiji. A delegation was here last week meeting with a number of shipbuilding and repair companies, the Maritime Safety Authority of Fiji, as well as the Ministry of Transport. Investment Fiji Chief Executive Gulam Mudotut says the Korean Institute hopes to forge possible joint ventures. Korean investors in general have shown interest in the service, wholesale, retail sector, as well as electricity, water and gas supply. Looking at this week's economic calendar, Elizabeth from HFC Bank says investors are waiting some interesting announcement.
Yes, Rachel. The market is anticipating the minutes of the last Federal Open Market Committee to be released on Wednesday. They should reveal what policymakers are thinking. In her last speech, Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen indicated an interest rate hike in the near future. If so, it will have a big effect on the economic scene. Meanwhile, on Thursday, the United States will release the initial jobless figures for the week that ended February 17th. The previous week, 239,000 registered as unemployed. And overnight, we will receive the Global Dairy Trade Price Index for New Zealand. It is expected to decline by 3%. If it goes according to expectations, then we can expect a weaker Kiwi dollar tomorrow against the Fijian dollar. Back to you, Rachel.
Thanks for the update. On to today's exchange rates. The Chinese yuan and the American dollar both rose to close at $3.27 and 47 cents respectively, while a contrast noted in our regional currencies as the Australian dollar dropped to close at 61 cents. The New Zealand dollar and PNG Kina rose to close at 65 cents and $1.29 respectively. Onto the commodities market, oil rose by 29 cents a barrel to close at $53.69, while gold closed at $1,237, which is a drop by $44.65 an ounce. Silver rose slightly to close at $18.04 an ounce. In Go Fiji tonight, the Fiji National Provident Fund has completed construction works at the new 250-room Fiji Merit Resort, Momi Bay. Chairman Ajit Goda says the project is critical part of the fund's investment, rehabilitation and reform program in order to recover members' funds. Under an adjustment program impacted by Tropical Cyclone Winston, works were completed on last month. The Fiji National Provident Fund estimated savings of around 10 million on this project. The resort will officially be open at the end of March and is expected to generate 400 new employment and attract major opportunities for Fiji. And that's it from business, and now with the latest in sports, here's Jamie.
Thank you, Rachel, and good evening. Coming up, bar football takes final round of preparations to New Zealand. And association extends invite to rural and maritime boxing clubs. This and more after the break.
Bulavinaka, I'm Anare Sorbakura of Neabu Wenibuga Telebu. Whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Kano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The search for amateur boxers is stretching into the rural and maritime areas. The Central Division Amateur Boxing Association plans to host a number of events this year and is currently scouting for talented boxers willing to take up the challenge. Rohit Deo reports.
He just warns him to keep it up.
Many of Fiji's renowned sports personalities have been found in the remote areas, far removed from urban settings and modern training facilities. The Central Boxing Association is now looking for just this type of boxers.
We really want those clubs from the interior in Viti Levu and also from the islands for them to engage themselves in amateur boxing here in the Central Boxing. Well,
Nanovu says with a bit of technical knowledge, these boxers will be hard to stop.
There's a lot of potential boxers here in Fiji. We just know they just have to come and we can tap the potential in that area because we've got the skills to teach them.
The association has a busy year planned with the first event to be held this weekend.
We're having our first tournament on the 25th, which is Saturday. Will be at the Lambert Hall. We're having a training program for referees and judges on the 20th.
Castle in the European Challenge Cup last month and will stay in the World side until the end of the season. A number of local doctors, nurses and physiotherapists were part of World Rugby's Immediate Care and Rugby Medical Level 2 course in Nadi today. The certification is now a mandatory requirement at all World Rugby events. The course is to ensure all medical personnel involved in rugby are prepared to attend to injuries sustained from the sport.
Player welfare is one area, strategic area number one for World Rugby. We look after our players at all costs. We make sure that they are safe, well trained by their coaches and strength and conditioning, well refereed in the games. But more so, if they come into any injury, any sustain, because it's a contact sport, the people who look after them, the medics, we want them well trained, well equipped, undergo a same process.
The Mba football side headed for New Zealand today for its final phase of preparations for the OFC Champions League. The men in black will play build-up matches against Kiwi clubs before moving on to New Caledonia for their first pool match of the OFC competition on Sunday. Rohit Deo has more.
Packed and ready for another OFC Champions League outing, the Mba football side has set its target for this year's tournament.
Our objective for this playoff is to get a #1 spot and qualify for the semi-final, which will be later held in April.
However, the team is aware that getting past the pool stages will be difficult.
It's a tough pool. Even though there's a team from Cook Island, we also take that team as a tough opponent.
Mba will not be using any foreign players this year.
One thing is very good that we have our own district players from Mba, and we did not import any overseas base of players.
The men in black are pooled with Team Wellington, Hainan Sport and Poikura FC for the tournament. Mba's first taste of tournament competition in New Caledonia will be against Hainan Sport on the 26th of this month. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Fiji drew its last match 1-1 against Bhutan at the 4th Rollerball World Cup in Bangladesh. Razel Hanif put Fiji ahead in the 7th minute, but the opposition equalized late in the match. The result means Fiji will not progress to the next stage. However, Bhutan, with the draw, qualifies as runners-up from the pool. Host Bangladesh topped the group while Fiji finished 4th ahead of Hong Kong. The sudden death of former Wallaby Dan Vickerman has shocked the sporting world, but his battle with depression is an all-too-common experience for those who have played at the highest level. Today, England became the latest union to tackle the mental health issue. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie will give you the latest weather update later on. And in the world of the weird and wonderful, a man by the name of Tim Steiner has literally sold the skin on his back to an art collector. Find out more after the break.
Bula FM number 2 en seri.
Nokia claims it is set to reveal its best and biggest Android smartphone ever next weekend at the 2017 World Mobile Congress. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. I hope you enjoyed the bit of sunshine that lasted for a while today until cloudy periods and a few showers took over. There's a tropical depression to the northeast, but don't be depressed about the depression that is lingering nearby. Its chance of forming into a tropical cyclone still remains low. In the north, in the west rather, it was mostly cloudy and just a little dull. A day for snoozing, but not at work. Temperatures were in the low 30s. More rain is likely to develop later tonight. Eastwards from Pekhava to Suva, it was a bit warm with temps around 29 degrees and some heavy rain. More is expected overnight. Up north, it was all showers with cloudy intervals. Lambasa dropped its heat to recording 30 degrees, while Savu Savu was a degree lower at 29. Tomorrow, it's all showers around Fiji. But hey, for those who don't have to work, rainy days are great for playing video games to your heart's content. Tomorrow's temps, Nandi and Lautoka are looking warm with highs of 30 and 31, while Mba, the town known for its heat, will have a low of 21. Looking further on to Thursday, rain is expected to clear off in the east, while the north will have continuing showers becoming persistent over time. At sea, clockwise winds 20 to 30 knots, winds gusting up to 40 knots, rough to very rough seas. The sea is not silent today. And if you're wondering about the tides, the next low tide tonight is at 9:21 with a high tide tomorrow morning at 3:30. Well, Jackie, it looks like tomorrow is definitely the time to stay indoors and enjoy a warm cup of coffee.
Unfortunately for me, it's another work day, but I guess I'll be doing that at my station. Thanks so much for that. In our Fijian Pulse segment tonight, we ask, should we have more hybrid cars to reduce the effects of climate change?
I think it's better we bring in lots of hybrid cars, because hybrid cars there's no pollution, and then if we bring in diesel cars and that's lots of pollution.
Even though it's
claiming to be a green technology. However, if there's more of them, it would be contributing more than the normal conventional cars we see on the road.
For the environment and for the emissions, or whatever you call it technically, I think we need more hybrid cars, especially the solar-powered ones.
More hybrid cars, then we would be able to fight pollution, especially in Fiji, especially our country is being affected by climate change.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, this story gives new meaning to the term living art. Tim Steiner has an elaborate tattoo on his back which was designed by a famous artist and bought by an art collector. As part of his contract, Steiner must exhibit the tattoo by sitting topless in a gallery at least 3 times a year. Recapping the main stories for tonight, Fiji military keeps an eye on the security landscape as elections draw near. Australia ready to help Fiji with COP23 presidency, and large sinkhole appears in Kinoya Nasinu. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we are asking, are the big nations doing enough in the fight against climate change? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, today's shot of the day. This was taken by Sharoon Shah of Nadi, but the picture is actually from Pacific Harbour. The grand sculpture greets visitors as they enter the foyer of the Pearl Resort. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. Until next time, from the team and I, good night.
Bulavinaka, I'm Anare Sorbakroa of Neabu Wenimbuka Telebu. Whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Kano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.